What's up, YouTube? This is Trevor with Green Money Momentum, and we are here for another daily talk of stock. And the markets were pretty flat today, so there was a lot of consolidation. And so we saw most plays finish without really moving at all. So we saw, like, just looking here on example, we saw Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Google, Meta, Microsoft, and so on, not even move 8%. So everything was pretty flat today. And so now this is where many investors will feel many different emotions. Some investors will take a look at this as an opportunity to take some profits. They'll say the markets have been skyrocketing lately. A lot of my plays have gained a lot in value. It is time to take profits, especially on a day where the stock isn't skyrocketing or falling. So this is a opportunity for those who do want to take profit, not a bad zone to take profit. But then there are other investors who will take a look at this as a more of a bullish opportunity. They will say the markets have been jumping like crazy. I may have been in these plays or may have missed some of these plays, but I think now is a good opportunity to join in before the next leg up. So as investors, what we're looking for in this situation is we need to see what is forthcoming in the markets and see what we may expect coming ahead. So this week in general, despite today being a pretty flat day, this is going to be a pretty big week as we're going to see a lot of big companies have their earnings. And most notably, we have the big four here. So we have coming this week, we have Microsoft announcing earnings. That's going to be after the close on Wednesday, along with Meta. So those are two big stocks there. Then on Thursday, we're going to have after hours, we're going to have Amazon and Apple release earnings as well. And so those are the most major companies, but we have a lot of other big companies here as well. So we have Robinhood going to be releasing earnings. We have MicroStrategy with earnings, so that's going to be really big. Then we also have a lot of the gas companies coming on Friday. So overall, this week I think is going to be pushed a lot by the earnings that we see. These are going to be the Q1 earnings for the year. So this is going to be big, as a lot of the times the market, just with overall sentiment, will look at earnings reports, especially with a lot of bigger companies, and look at that as a forward mover in the market. If these big companies are doing well, if their balance sheets look well, if their earnings per share looks great and everything looks like it will continue to push forward, a lot of the times the market will do that with anticipation as well, especially if any of these companies come out and crush earnings. A lot of the times that could be a positive indicator, and that could continue to push market sentiment up. As we know, most recently, the markets since January have been in a pretty bearish cycle downward. So a lot of plays have basically fallen off a cliff, right? Went behind the woodshed and not just got shot, but mauled. And so it's been a pretty brutal time for investors. There's been a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And so when we just do the technical analysis, looking at the triple Qs, which is the NASDAQ, what is positive is most recently we have started to push up. So we have, at least at the moment of this recording, we have started to fall out of the, or push out of the bearish trend that we were seeing in the market. So this is a positive. And the reason why the markets have been pushing down, of course, is because of the macroeconomic trends. And a lot of that is to do with the interest rates and then also tariffs. Recently, we know with tariffs, things have gotten better. And as I've been saying on this channel, the tariffs are just a bigger negotiating tactic for Trump. And so we've seen with each set of tariffs, they have been rolled back, and the fear, uncertainty, and doubt isn't as bad as many have expected. Most recently, they were talking about the tariffs with China even being rolled back. So that is all positives right there. And then, so just looking at the earnings reports coming up, one stock I also didn't mention here, this is for many investors who are on this channel, coming Thursday on May 1st before the open, I believe. Let's see. Maybe it's after the open, after close. Sorry. We're going to have BigBearAI release earnings as well. So when we just look at that stock here, this is a big one we have been talking about a lot on this channel. When we look at BigBearAI recently, we have gained some momentum in this stock. So we have finally pushed past the 200-day moving average, and then we are moving up on the MACD, and then also on the RSI. And so with the last earnings report we got for Big Bear, things were pretty bearish. The guidance and future outlook for 2025 didn't look the best, but we also do know last year they were gaining a lot of big government contracts, and Big Bear is all around us. So some joke about it like Big Brother. It's like when you go to the airports, you know, they have their face scan technology, and they are just deep in the waters with the government, right? So they have all these different government projects. They have been gaining value, and so recently, again, we have seen Big Bear start to push up and out of the bearish trend that we were seeing there. So we did see a lot of thick red candlesticks there for a while. Things were pretty negative. Big Bear has been under a lot of hot water with some lawsuits as well, because they did have some sloppy accounting. But overall, the stock does look like it is starting to push up. And right now, at least where we are sitting, we are on a bullish trend upwards. So hopefully with Big Bear, their earnings report comes out good. Hopefully we get some good numbers, some good guidance for the future. And so that's going to be the big one I'm looking at for coming up this week, as well as, again, a lot of the other big companies on here as well. So overall, again, the markets were pretty flat today. There wasn't really any news when it came to tariffs, interest rates. And so right now, what I'm looking at currently, again, is just the earnings reports coming up this week and seeing where that will move the market. And of course, when we talk about overall trends in the market, it's not just the stocks like what we're talking about here and the earnings that they release, but it's a lot of the macroeconomic trends as well. Sometimes a big report from the government could come out and either spook the market or send stuff up if the report is good. So let's remember this week as well. Tomorrow we have the consumer confidence report. We have some more employment reports on Wednesday, the PCE numbers. On Thursday, we have jobless claims. And then on Friday, we have a lot of the non-farm payroll. We have hourly wages, all those different economic reports coming out this week. So this will also influence the market as well. And going into May, we're also going to have some more big companies that are going to be releasing earnings as well. So overall, this is an exciting time, staying bullish on the markets, but I would love to hear what everyone else has to say. So please drop a comment in the section below with what your opinion is currently with the markets today and going forward. Please leave a like and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video.